Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you for joining us, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for clicking on this video. So if y'all can't tell, I want to kind of come on here, and this is random. I've kind of wanted to been do this. I've been wanting to do this video, but I never got around to doing it. But I just want to sit down and be real with y'all, be transparent, and be open and honest with you guys about life and everything that's been going on, why I have been MIA, or why I come back in little spurts and then I fall back off the face of the earth again. And we just talking like girlfriends, like we friends, just, you know. I'm gonna start calling these videos car sessions or car vent sessions or whatever. But there's really been a lot going on, and I don't think I've posted a video in about 3 months. And it was a story time. But before that, if y'all haven't seen it, I did do like a life update, I ghosted y'all wherever I've been video, and I feel like I did the same thing again. Where do I start? If y'all didn't see that video, here's the thumbnail here, but I will link it, and I'll have a card up here somewhere for it. But if you didn't know, I started a business. Do I want to say this year? Towards the end of last year, and it's been a struggle to say the least. Like I said, I'm just gonna be real and honest with y'all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing, because I just feel like when it comes to social media, people never, and I'm not gonna say never, but a lot of times people don't showcase the struggles and things that they've been through. They just want y'all to see the good points, when in reality that's not how life is in a nutshell. Like, everybody goes through things, everybody has their struggles, everybody has their ups and their downs, and I wish more people would be honest and showcase that stuff, because you're giving people a false sense of reality, because it's not reality. But I'm saying all that to say is me and my best friend my best friend Drea, I feel like y'all have heard me mention her before. She's been in some vlogs before, so y'all know of her. She is a nail artist. I don't like the word nail tech, but she's a nail artist. We started a business together. We have been talking about this since we met each other. And we've been friends. This year in October will be 8 years. And we've always felt like, because we just hit it off in an instant. We hit it off. And I'm not the type of person I don't want to say I don't make friends easily, but I don't open myself up to people. But it was just something about her. When I met her, we just clicked instantly, and we've been friends ever since. But we've always said we feel like we should be doing something together, as far as in like running a business, you know, doing something together. And we've always talked about it for years. We've talked about it, but we never did it. Until it was last year for my birthday in September. We were on our way back from a road trip, and we both sat there in agreement, and both was like, we're going to step out on faith, trust God, and we're going to go out here and do this business. Because, I don't know, not to say, how do I want to say it? Not to say that I've been scared, but in a sense I have. You get a sense of comfortability. You might not be where you want to be, but you still have a sense of being comfortable, I feel like. And I don't know, like I said, we're stepping out on faith, and we both came to this agreement. And so, you know, from there, CarraLynn Cosmetics Spa was born. And I will leave all the information in the description box below, link to the website, all of that stuff. But not to say that it would have changed my mind about anything, but I just wish. And I know owning a business is not easy at all. I knew that going into it, but I just didn't know how hard it would be. if I can put it like plainly like that. I didn't know how hard it would be. So where do I want to go from here? We've been in our space. Well, this is August now, so we signed a year lease. We've been in there 8 months technically. It's just been, I don't know, it's just been all over the place. It's been a roller coaster ride, and I'm really just trying to lay it out there for y'all. I've had my moments where I want to give up. I've had my moments where I've broken down and just sat there and started crying. And it's not that I don't have faith. It's just when you going through stuff, it's hard to see it sometimes. Or it's hard to be optimistic or whatever the case is. And it's just, life happens. Life happens, you know. And outside of running a business, you know, personal things happen. And I'm sorry if I'm like pausing or if I'm all over the place. This is literally like off the cuff, real and raw with y'all. It's just, it's been hard. It's really been hard because ever since the pandemic hit, and I feel like I've told y'all this before as well, I used to work for Ulta. And I didn't used to name drop it, but I'm being honest. I used to work for Ulta, and I worked for Ulta technically 5 years, I believe. Was it 5? This year in August would have made 5 years. So when the pandemic hit, everybody was going through a crazy time, myself included. But I just realized, like, I kind of had this realization before the pandemic happened, but it's just crazy how. So I had mentioned wanting to go off on my own and start my own business stuff while I was still working, but I was like, well, Ulta's taking up all of my time. I don't really have no time to do anything for myself. Boy, did I get my wish, because of course in the pandemic when in that shutdown, had nothing but time. But during that time, I feel like I was on a journey of self-discovery. Because in the back of my mind, I was pretty much like, I don't really want to go back, but I don't really know what to do to move forward. Like, my head was just all over the place. And I was down on myself. So, and I still was going to wait to see what they were going to do far as in, like, when stuff opened back up, things of that nature. And, you know, they let me know when the stores opened back up, but they still didn't know when skin therapists could come back because, you know, we work with the face. People can't wear masks or anything when they get makeup done or a facial done or whatever. So they didn't know quite yet when we could come back. And I believe they opened up in, like, was it June of 2020 if I'm not mistaken? Because we went into the shutdown in March. So yeah, I believe it was June. But they still didn't know when I could come back. Mind you, at this point, I'm on unemployment as well. So, I really didn't know what I was going to do because I know I had a limited amount of time because unemployment wasn't going to last forever. It was going to eventually run out. So I was trying to figure out what to do, but I really just felt kind of lost. Like, I didn't know what direction I wanted to go because if I'm being honest, I feel like working there really put me in a box to where I felt like I couldn't really be creative. I couldn't really be myself. Like, far as my look, yes, but far as in, like, dealing with clients and stuff like that, I always tried to be true and honest to myself, but it was still to a certain degree because I'm working for a corporate company. So I felt like, you know, I always try to stay updated with makeup trends and the latest products that's coming out and all that. But at that point, I really just felt like, not to say that I was starting over or almost in the sense of I was coming straight out of school again. Because I really just felt like, I'm like, damn, I feel like I don't know anything. I feel like, you know, I don't know, feel like, not that I was missing out, but I just feel like I was behind the wave of where everybody else was at, because I was there and I was limited on what I could do, if that makes sense. Because being a skin therapist there, you don't really do any waxings, because Benefit does, you know, like the eyebrow waxings and all of that stuff. So that was a part of my field that I hadn't done in years, because I couldn't offer that. So I don't know, I just really came out feeling like super nervous, super scared, like I don't know what even though I've been licensed for 8 years, I still felt like I was almost starting from scratch, pretty much. If I'm being honest, started from scratch. So I really, like I said, I went through a period of self-discovery, because I was talking to God and everything, and I just really didn't know what I was gonna do with myself at that point. Like, I didn't know what direction I wanted to go, because I was like, I really don't want to work for somebody else. Like, I'm over that. Like, I feel like that phase of my life is over. I'm done with it. And then too, and I hate to say this, but like I said, I'm being honest with y'all, I made more money on unemployment than I did actually sitting there breaking my back working my job. And that was very eye-opening to me, which is part of the reason I felt that way. Because I'm like, damn, I'm making more sitting here not doing shit when I'm breaking my back at work, and I don't make nearly as much. So it was very disheartening to me, and it was very eye-opening. But so I went through that for months. Like, I have a journal that when I really get in that type of headspace, I make sure I try to write down all my feelings and, you know, just get it out on paper. And that's kind of like my way to vent or whatever. So I really went through that for some months, and I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, which is what I usually do when I do these types of videos, but y'all just have to bear with me. So that's when rewind. That's how I ended up, me and my best friend said we were going to actually open our business. Like, we both agreed it was time, because if you wait for the perfect time, the time is never going to be perfect. You're never going to do it. That's almost an excuse in a sense, you know. So we decided on that. Like I said, we've been in the place for 8 months, but when I tell you, it's been some of the hardest 8 months in my life, I kid you not, because there's a lot of things you don't know going into a business. I don't care how much research you try to do or whatever the case is. I just feel like there's still so much you don't know, and you learning while you go through it. So, like I said, I knew it was going to be hard work. I just didn't know how hard. And it's literally like, especially for me, I worked in the West Loop in the city of Chicago. So, and I had came to terms with this before we opened the business, but it still don't make it any harder. I knew I was going to be starting over with my clientele. I knew I was going to be starting over from scratch. And that's part of the reason why I was hesitant to even start the business, because I knew I was scared, and I knew that's what it was going to be. I knew I was going to be completely starting over, and I hadn't been back in that feeling since like 4 years ago at least. So I was just like, now I got to put myself out here again. It was hard. So, and I'm still struggling with it now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm still struggling to build my clientele. I did have some money saved up, but of course, you know, you got to pay rent on the space that you're utilizing. You got to keep buying supplies, and there's different things that come along with running a business, and it takes money. You have to spend money to make money, and I know that. But if you don't have the money to spend, how are you gonna make the money, if that makes sense? As far as in, like, I don't know, there's so many things that we could be doing networking wise and all that type of stuff, but the stuff just takes money. And I literally, like I said, I've broken down and cried, because I'm just like, I feel like I hit rock bottom. If I'm being honest, I feel like I hit rock bottom because, yes, it's two of us in the business. I know I held up four fingers, but it's two of us in the business. But at one point, if I'm being honest, I felt by myself because we're technically in the same industry, but we do two separate things. So at one point, I just felt like we won't completely understand what the other person is going through because we do two completely different things. And then it was just the fact too, this was a new aspect to our friendship as well because we've worked together, but we've never owned a business together. So it was a new hat for us, a new dynamic to our relationship, and it was kind of hard to figure out how to navigate it, all of that, but it and trying to keep the business and the friendship separate, but of course sometimes that's hard because those lines are going to cross at some point. But I don't even know where I was going with that. Y'all don't have to forgive me on that. But yeah, I feel like I hit rock bottom, and this is a very bad thing, but I'm very prideful. I don't know if it's the Virgo energy in me or what, but I don't like asking for help. If somebody wants to offer it to me, okay, but I'm not gonna outright ask for help. I'll be on my last of my last of my last, and I still won't ask for help. So it really got to that point, because I'm I still got to figure out how to get clients coming in. I don't know what to do. I'm not making no money right now, but I still got my personal bills to pay, still things to pay at our space. It was just so overwhelming. When I kid y'all not, it was so overwhelming. That's why I was and I'm not one to give up. I'm really not one to give up on things. I want to try my hardest, and then if it doesn't work out, it don't work out. At least I know I tried, but not to just give up. But it was certain points where I got to a point where I'm what's the point? I literally almost threw the towel in because it was just that frustrating and that overwhelming of, do I want to say a process, situation, whatever. But it's just, running a business is not easy at all. Then we're two black women at that. It's not easy. And shame on the people on social media, all that make it seem like it's all peaches and cream, everything is good, they don't have no struggles, no nothing. They just show all the high points. And that's why I'm talking to y'all today, because I want to let y'all know that yes, you have your good points and it will be rewarded, but you gonna go through the mud before you get to that point. And we still not even at that point yet. We not even done with our first year of business yet. And you don't really start seeing a profit till after the first 5 years. So it's hard. And sometimes it really will make you want to give up, because this is your livelihood, and you feel like you making money just to put it right back into your business. But I really want to share this with you all because I want more representation for us. I feel like it's not enough of it out here on social media platforms. I really want more representation for us. Black owned business, women owned business, and I want to take y'all along for the journey and the trials and the tribulations and everything that comes along with it. I really want to showcase that to y'all. But so yeah, I got to a point where I really wanted to give up, and I'm what am I gonna do? Because I'm I really don't want to go back to having to work for somebody else to control my life, back to working a 9 to 5. I can't do it. I couldn't go back to it. I really couldn't. To not make nothing, for you to put in all that work for somebody to be taking all your money. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. Damn, I'm losing my train of thought. But I did start doing, I don't know if y'all have heard of Amazon Flex. So pretty much with Amazon Flex, you drive your own car and you deliver Amazon packages. Because I wanted to do something where I could still be in control of my time and still have time to do that, to get money coming in and still make time for my business. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want somebody to take away all my time to where I couldn't put my energy into my business either. So yeah, I started doing Amazon Flex. And I can literally pick my own shifts, what times I want to work. You know, I think the longest shift they have might be, is it 5 hours? Because I know that's usually the shift I try to go for. But yeah, so that's technically like my other source of income, that I do that. And I try to do that what I can. But even that's hard as well, because everybody is out here trying to work for Amazon. Everybody is trying to do that. So sometimes it's hard to pick up shifts, because it's almost like a first come first serve basis. If you don't get it where you see it, then it's gonna be gone, pretty much. So it's not consistent. It's decent money, but it's not consistent. So you know, doing that on the side and just barely seeming like I'm scraping by, you know, trying to make money for rent. And, you know, like I said, still trying to pay bills, trying to keep gas in my car to even deliver the packages, to keep making money. It's just, it's a lot. It's really a lot. And that's why, you know, I'm like, your 20s is kind of, at least in my opinion, 20s are kind of trash. Like, you coming into adulthood, you trying to figure your life out, figure out like your goals, what you want out of life. Like, you just trying to learn, you know. And I'm like, I feel like the 20s are some of your hardest years in life. Like, yeah, I just feel like that's some of the hardest time in your life, you know. And people be like, oh, your 20s fly by like that, but it's just, man, like, it's just been hard. And I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist, I like stuff done a certain way. Like, it's just, I'm trying to learn to not be like that. I'm trying to learn to stop overthinking stuff, which is part of the reason why I haven't put out any YouTube videos, because I get in my head with stuff. I might come up with an idea, and I film it, and I'm like, oh, I don't like how that look. I don't like, so I'm not putting it up, or whatever. Or, you know, I find reasons as to why, you know, I can't do stuff. So I'm working on myself, and I want to take y'all along for that process, because I'm sure there's so many people that can relate to what I'm talking about and what I'm going through. Cause it's just so much. It's just so much. But yeah, learning to stop thinking stuff, learning to stop comparing myself to other people, because social media will definitely have you doing that. Definitely have you comparing yourself to other people. And like I said, that's a false sense of reality. That's not like, you only seeing what people want you to see in their lives. That's not their everyday life. So yeah, just trying to do that. Just trying to work on being, you know, more positive. I want to showcase too a little bit more of what goes on in our part of the industry, as far as in like being an esthetician, a makeup artist, because I feel like, and being black at that, I want to showcase more of that. So if I'm going to do it anyway, and hopefully y'all like it, because I'm trying to stop caring about what other people think as well, and stop living for other people and just live in my truth and be me. Just purely be me. But yeah, I want to showcase y'all that, because I feel like there's something missing with that as well. I feel like people don't share enough when it comes to that. So I have some ideas and some things that I want to execute for you all. I'm not gonna have a set schedule when it comes to putting out videos. I'm gonna try to start off putting out one video a week, because I had told my boo to hold me accountable, told my boyfriend to hold me accountable, because I want to be consistent for y'all. I've always have. It's just the mental roadblocks and all that stuff that goes on. Like, it's hard, because I feel like I've had my moments. I've never been diagnosed with depression, but I've had those moments where it's just like, it's so dark and you feel like you just can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it's hard for you to see it, or it seems like you getting close to it, but it keep getting further and further out of your reach. And I I just want everybody to be a family. I want us all to be able to relate to each other. I want you to know that you're not alone. Everybody is going through stuff. We all are. It wouldn't be life if we weren't. It ain't always hunky-dory or, you know, good all the time. Not to say that life can be great, because it definitely can be, but it's unrealistic to think that's how it is all the time. But I really just want to take y'all along for all the processes and everything, far as like when we go to our business meetings, different networking events, just like everything pretty much I want to showcase with y'all. So, you know, so I'm finally, you know, I've come to some realizations, and I'm finally trying to get on the right track and get myself out of that dark space, get myself out of that hole, and not let myself crawl back into it, because I don't like the type of person I am when I'm in that type of head space. You know, like I said, sometimes it's out of your control, but I hate how I am when I'm like that, because I literally give off this energy like, don't fuck with me, I don't want to be bothered, don't talk to me, like, no, none of that. And I radiate that off on other people, and I don't want to do that. You know, I want people to know, don't, you know, leave me alone, I don't want to be bothered. But there's a certain way to go about doing stuff like that. But I want to start doing more car sessions like this as well, where it's just raw and we just sit down and we could just talk and just have conversation. Because I'll be 29 in September, and would I say this is where I would see myself being by 29? No. You know, you picture how you want your life to be. Ooh, excuse me. And of course, like I said, life happens. Unexpected things happen, you know. But it's all in how you adapt and adjust to things. So, I'm still taking it one day at a time. That's all you can do. Take it one day at a time. I make sure I pray, read my Bible. God comes first and foremost in everything that I do. Yeah, just trying to, you know, work on being a better person and helping uplift the people that's around me as well, that's in my circle as well. Because I just want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to be successful. Because there's enough out here for everybody. It really is. And and that's another thing too, which I'll probably touch more on it when I get more in depth with like talking about this actual industry and everything. But I will never be one of those people where it's like, I got mine, you get yours. If I can help in any way, shape, or form, I definitely will do that. I will do that, because like I said, there's enough out here for everybody, and it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't be like that. Trying to think, is there anything else I needed to say to y'all? But yeah, so I'm just gonna be randomly picking the camera up. Like I said, I'm not gonna be overthinking video ideas and stuff like that. I do want to still do like makeup videos for y'all, and I want to start taking y'all to the gym with me as well, because that's what's really helped with my mentality. I was going super consistent to the gym at least 4 to 5 times out the week until June hit. In June, I kind of fell all the way off. I didn't go the whole month. But I did start going back in July. I'm back on track. But I could definitely notice when I wasn't going to the gym, my mentality, just everything as a whole just felt off. And when I go to the gym, start that my first thing of the day, it really sets the tone for the day. And I feel like it really makes me feel better about my day. So, show y'all more of that. Like I said, showcasing y'all the business stuff. I do want to get more into the fashion stuff. Y'all can always give me ideas and video suggestions. I love to see them. Because sometimes I do still feel like my creative juices don't be flowing, and sometimes I just don't feel creative at all, and I hit a mental roadblock. So if y'all could help me out, that would be perfect. But yeah, I just want to spread positivity and love and showcase light in a part of my industry, and just in owning a business, black owned business, that I feel like people just don't share when it comes to stuff like that. So we can all just be better people. Like I said, I will be doing more of these randomly or whatever, but I guess that's it for this video. If you like this video and like these types of videos, it won't always just be like this. Then make sure y'all give me a thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button down below to join the ALB family, because where else would you want to be? Make sure y'all hit that bell notification as well, so y'all never miss when I post another video. I love y'all. I can't wait for us to grow together and become our best selves together. And until the next video, bye y'all.